Okay, so in this video we're going to study periodic motion. Okay, all these things fall under the category of vibrations and waves. That's our next chapter. But we'll begin by just understanding what periodic motion is, repetitive motion. Okay, so it's basically motion that repeats again and again. Okay, and let's look at some of the examples of this kind of motion. One example would be, let's say you take a ball and you bounce it. Okay, you drop it from a height h above a surface. Now, if the collision with the floor is perfectly elastic, okay, then after the ball bounces, so let's say this is on its way down, on its way up, what will happen is that the ball will get back to exactly the same height, and then this motion will continue again and again and again, where the ball will go down and then it'll bounce back up, and it'll go down, it'll bounce back up, and it'll go down, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the motion will repeat again and again. Now, another example that will be very useful for this chapter is going to be the one with a mass attached to a spring. For example, if I were to take a spring, place it horizontally, and then I attach a mass to the spring. Now, let's say that this is the equilibrium position of the object. Now, if I were to take this mass and pull it a little bit, then we know that this motion is once again going to be oscillatory motion. It's going to repeat itself again and again. It's going to keep going back and forth between its two extremes. Okay, and this motion will repeat itself again and again. In the absence of friction, it'll just go on forever and ever. Alright, so that's our periodic motion. Now, third example of periodic motion, and this is again something that we will be talking about in this chapter, is going to be that of a pendulum. Okay, so we have a pendulum of some length L. We have a mass attached to it, okay, which is also called bob. And what we do is that you take this slightly to one side with a small angle theta, and you let go of this. Now, what we know is that the pendulum will oscillate back and forth between these two extremes again. Okay, again, this motion is going to be repetitive motion, periodic motion. Now, there are many other examples of periodic motion, and just think about all the stuff that you see in your daily life. For example, the Earth going around the sun. That's repetitive. The moon is revolving around the Earth. That's repetitive. The motion of the in clocks, the hands just going back again and again, just turning around in repetitive manner. So these are all the cases of repetitive motion. Okay, so for such kind of motion, there are a few things that we can define. Okay, the first most basic thing makes complete sense is something called the time period. And the time period is the time for one complete oscillation. So let's understand this and see what is meant by this. Okay, we can also define something called the frequency, and the frequency is simply the inverse of the time period. Okay, so it's 1 divided by time period is the frequency, and which measures essentially the number of oscillations per second. So how many times will something happen 1 second is going to be the frequency, and the time for one complete oscillation is going to be the time period. Okay, now in the context of a mass going around a circle, okay, the time period is essentially the time it takes the object to complete one revolution. Okay, in the case of the mass spring system that we talked about, the time period would be for the object to start all the way at this end, go here, and then come back to its original. So this would be one complete oscillation, after which it will repeat the motion again, and this time is going to be the time period. Okay, in the case of the pendulum, the time period is going to be, say, the bob starting at one end, okay, and then it goes all the way, it swings all the way to the right, and then it comes back to the left, and then this would be the complete time period, as this would be one complete oscillation. Alright, so that's how we define the time period. And then frequency, of course, once again, is the number of oscillations per second. Let's look at a simple example here. Question is, find the frequency of the Earth's motion around the sun. Okay, think about the question, see if you can answer this. Alright, this would be a good time to pause and think about all the stuff that I was talking about earlier, where I said that, hey, the time period is going to be the time for one complete oscillation, and if you can find the time for one oscillation, okay, or one complete cycle of the motion, then we can figure out the frequency. Now in case of the Earth, the time for one cycle around the sun happens to be 1 year. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll take that 1 year and we'll convert that 1 year into seconds. Now do this carefully and make sure that you get this for the value of the time, which is 31,536,000 seconds. Okay, and the conversion is very simple. We take 365 days in the year, we multiply it by the number of hours in a day, 24. We multiply that by the number of minutes in an hour, 60, and then multiply it further by 60 seconds. And when you multiply all this out, you'll end up getting a frequency of this sort. So 3.171 times 10 to the minus 8 hertz, oh by the way, which is the unit for frequency. Okay, so frequency is measured in hertz, H-E-R-T-Z. Time period is simply measured in seconds. This is something that you should all be aware of. Okay, so once again, what have we accomplished here? We look at what periodic motion is. It's basically motion that repeats again and again. It's the same thing must happen. Okay, now in case of the ball, if the collision was not going to be elastic, if it was an inelastic collision, then the ball would not reach its original height, in which case every time it comes up it's going to be shorter and shorter, and then the motion would not be periodic motion. Okay, so make sure we understand that. So we have these examples of periodic motion, and then we define these two things: time period for one oscillation, and then we also look at frequency, which is the number of oscillations per second. Okay, so hopefully you understand this. In the next video, we'll look at some of the systems a little more closely.